In the next few minutes, I'm really excited because I'm going to share with you the most delicious recipe for a fudge pie you can ever imagine. It's so simple and easy, you can make it in minutes. So without any further ado, let's start cooking. So this is one of the greatest chocolate fudge pies of all time. It's so quick and easy, I think we can make it in probably 2 or 3 minutes. We have our dry ingredients over here, 1.5 cups of sugar. To that, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to add 1/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour. I always like mixing my dry ingredients together whenever I have a recipe that has dry and wet ingredients. Get those all blended real well. Set that aside. Now, I browned my butter. It's 1 stick of butter, which is 1/2 cup. And I think you're going to get more flavor if you take it and put it in a little pot like this and brown your butter a little bit. Be careful not to burn your butter, but you want to brown your butter. So it's kind of on a medium heat, and you really have to monitor it. Pour the butter in there. I like putting my wet ingredients in first. So we're going to add our 1/2 cup of evaporated milk. This is pure extract. Now, if you're using pure extract, remember it's pretty potent. So if a recipe calls for maybe 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract and you're using an imitation, cut it back to about 1/4 on your pure extract. We can always add to it. You can never go back and take that out of there. I'm going to go ahead and mix in my eggs. Thoroughly blend all that together. A little whisk. Now this is the way I like to do it. Whenever I have dry going in to wet, I like to do it just a little bit at a time. Don't just dump it all in there at one time. And we're going to have to really whisk this kind of vigorously. Okay, looks absolutely tremendous. I mean, that looks so good. I'm very happy with the consistency of that. I don't see any lumps in it. This is just a pie shell we bought at Walmart. You make your own pie shell, whatever. Nothing too complicated about that. Might have a little too much. Now, let me give you another pointer. When you stick this in the oven, we're going to put it in about 375 degrees. Put a sheet pan underneath it because this may boil over and you don't want to get it into your oven. You would be saying some bad words about me, but we're going to put a sheet pan underneath this on the rack below it, not directly underneath it, but on the rack below. We're going to stick it in that oven, 375 degrees. Let's give it about 30, 35 minutes. I always monitor things when it's in the oven. I never go by exact time or temperature because it varies almost every time we cook. So I'm going to put this in the oven, and we're going to come back and have the best fudge pie, the easiest fudge pie you've ever had in your life. So I'll tell you what, we had a little bit of this left over, and we're going to do a little experiment here. And I just found a pan. I don't even have any crust in this, so I'm just kind of curious how this is going to cook. We may be onto something here. I don't know. There you have it, folks, right out of the oven. I let it cool down for about 35 or 40 minutes in the refrigerator, so it's easy to handle now, and it's firmed up rather nicely. And we're going to see if it popped. Oh, look at that. It popped right out. Broke a little bit of the crust right there, but that's not a problem. And that looks so pretty. Now, remember we did the experiment. I had a little left over, and I don't know what was going to happen. Didn't have a crust, so we made us a crustless piece of fudge pie. And again, that popped right out of there. Let's go ahead and cut into that and see what it looks like. Pretty darn good, I tell you. Without a crust, I mean, that looks really great. So let's cut into this here. It feels great. Smells wonderful. There you go. That's pretty good looking right there. I'm so happy with that. That's a beautiful fudge pie, just right out of the oven, cooled down a little bit, but that's such a simple recipe. If you have friends coming over, you can throw this together. A great holiday recipe as well, any time of the year. If you haven't subscribed to this channel already, please do so today and share it with your friends. Be sure to like this particular video. And above all things, remember, not only love to cook as I love to cook, but cook to love. And I'll see you next time on All Things Food with John Woods.